good stuff. Last week we were talking about asking and shall be given you from the book, and what what I got back from that was, how do I know if I'm doing it right? How do I know if the law of attraction is working? I'm doing all this stuff, I'm meditating, I'm doing all these things, but how do I know if the law of attraction is really working? And so the first sign to know if the law of attraction is working is what we call your emotional guidance system. And your emotional guidance system is a way where you are really being aware of how you feel. And the more you start to be aware of how you feel in relation to the things that you want, that is one of the ways to keep yourself in alignment. For example, if you feel good and you see others in happy relationships, your emotional guidance system is telling you that you are in alignment. Especially if you want to manifest your own loving relationship using the law of attraction. And so when you see, remember Kemp told us the story about how when he was on the plane and the couple was sitting next to him and they was kissing and all that, and it was just making him mad. And he, good morning, coach. He was getting more and more upset. It's like, ugh, why they don't get a room? Ugh. And that tells you that you are out of alignment when you feel bad about somebody else's goodness or good fortune. And so the way that you stay that way is you stay happy for people, genuinely happy for people. And that's how you know. You know, they say clap for them so that eventually somebody can clap for you. Exactly. You know, and that's part of the way that you start to begin to think um, in the right way in order for things to happen for you. If you notice that you are, oh God, let somebody in. Hold on. Oh no, we need to switch that. If you notice that you are not feeling good or that you're feeling bad, that is your emotional guidance system telling you that you are completely off. Thank you, coach. Coach says she's clapping for me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And you know, when you notice that you're feeling bad, then just know that you're off. Your system is off. And so you need to check yourself. When they say check yourself or you wreck yourself, check yourself and say, why am I feeling this way? And so you need to then work on raising your own vibration and start focusing on the things that you want and the reasons why you want them. And then you can start to begin to have the desires of your heart. And, you know, sometimes it does take a little bit of work. Uh-oh, who's that? Who's talking? Laverne, mute your phone. I don't know how to. Nah, no problem. No problem. No problem. And so it may take a little bit of work, but eventually you'll be, your system is off. So sometimes it'll take a little bit of work, and you'll just need to shift those negative thoughts, and you'll start to find yourself in vibrational alignment. The next thing, how you know, is you feel good when you think about the desires of your heart. Like, oh, I feel so good every time I think about my new house. I feel good every time I think about the work of my heart. That is a sign that tells you that you're in alignment with what you want. Your vibrations, they really attract what you want like a magnet. And you start to think and you start to process, and you'll find things starting to really just show up. Let me let somebody else in. Hold on. There we go. So when you're feeling good, You are in vibrational alignment for what you want to bring into your life. When I catch myself, feeling good about something that I want, I like to stop and really embrace the feeling and feed that positive vibration. It's like, oh, that feels nice thinking about that. Let me pause and give it a little bit more of a boost and really think about that thing, whatever that thing might be. It might be, I've really just wanted to have a great dinner, and all of a sudden, I go somewhere and somebody says, oh, you want to go meet for whatever? And now I'm sitting at this dinner and I'm thinking, I was just thinking about great food. And here I am sitting right here, right now. And so give it a little bit more of a boost, more power, and more positive thought. The more positive thoughts you put behind it, the bigger and the more you attract things to you. So there's also indications around you, indicators like little signs that are showing you what you want is beginning to appear. Like, for example, if you want more money, you might start seeing little things like a $10 bill or $5 bills, money that popped up. I picked up a purse that I haven't used in a year. And not only was it one of my favorite lipsticks was in that bag, but so was two $10 bills. I'm like, oh yes, we attracted money. We attracted money. And so maybe you get some money back that a friend owed you that you wasn't expecting to get back, because when you lend money to people, the whole idea is don't lend what you can't afford not to get back. That way, if you don't get it back right on time, you still good. Or you may go to buy something you were going to buy, and when you get there, it's like 40% off. So you end up with extra. It was $40 off. You end up with $40 extra in your pocket, and that happened to me. I wanted to go and buy some silk red flowers for my house, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know how much these flowers is going to cost, because I wanted 3 foot, because I had this really tall vase. I wanted 3 foot silk red roses. And I know that they can be a little bit pricey. So I go over to the Hobby Lobby, and I walk into the Hobby Lobby, and guess what is on sale today? Silk flowers are 50% off this day. So instead of spending $50, I end up spending like $25. So you start to find yourself on this vibrational like roll. It's just a lot of little signs of abundance for what you want is coming around you. And then, the next thing, you want to really start to pay attention to the little synchronicities that start to happen around you. That's an excellent sign that the law of attraction is really working. So when people or situations turn up unexpected, that's needed to bring you whatever it is that they're bringing you, you on the right path. Somebody shows up and say, girl, God told me to give you this $100. And it's not unusual. That happens to me all the time. Or somebody will say, I really was thinking about, some of the things that, you're working on. And I found these boxes or magazines or something in my house that I just wanted to donate them to you. And it's something else that you needed. These little things that happen are all things that you've requested, or maybe things that you didn't even know you needed for whatever it is that you're working on. And now here it is, has shown up in reality for you. And so let's say, for instance, you want to write a book, but you don't know where to start. So the next day, just when you're getting ready to get home, somebody rings your phone and asks you to pick up some milk on the way home. So you stop at a random store, driving past to get your milk. And just as you get out of the store, you notice a board, and it's offering a writing class for beginners. You join the class, and guess what? You are now on your journey to begin writing a book. But had you not gotten a call to go get the milk, you would have never saw the sign and all that. So these little synchronicities happen to push us in different ways. So a lot of times, sometimes we get bent out of shape because our flight is delayed, or because there's traffic and all these different things, and you find yourself getting upset about those things. But I always think, why am I here a little longer? Or why is this delayed? Is there something or someone that I'm supposed to meet or see? Or if traffic is delaying you, maybe I'm supposed to listen to this audio book that I've been wanting to finish. And so you try to find what's happening. Not that it's bad because your flight is delayed, or it's bad because it's traffic or whatever. And I always feel like when things are happening to delay me, maybe I'm being held back from something that's going on that I'm not supposed to be a part of. And sometimes you can see that. You can be in traffic, don't know why you're in traffic, and then finally when you get up, you see there was a bad 3, 4, 5 car accident. And had you been up the road a little bit further, then you possibly could have been a part of that accident. So don't get upset when things are delayed. Delay is not a bad thing. Maybe if you run in a little behind or something, maybe, but just kind of sit in the moment of the delay. Why am I being delayed? What can I do in this delayed time? Or am I supposed to meet somebody? I start looking around trying to see, like, okay, who in this airport I'm supposed to meet? My flight delayed. And just kind of find some other way to remain in a happy state, because the moment that you are unhappy, the moment that you are angry, the moment that you are sad, you are out of vibrational alignment. You are out of order. And once you are out of vibrational alignment, everything that you have been asking for, everything that you have been praying for, you are now putting a full stop on everything. That is why it is so important to shift your energy. Like how can I shift my energy? What can I do? I have a couple of things that I do. And if you follow me on TikTok, you'll see some of them. I turn music on really loud and I dance around. And that shifts my energy. Dancing makes me happy. Music makes me happy. Play music. Sometimes if it's really, really out of order, then I might pick up the phone and use a lifeline and call a friend and let them, Lisa Nichols calls them her rocket booster friends. We have these rocket booster friends, and those are people that you have identified in advance, because everybody is not your friend. Some people will take your business and spread it all around. But your rocket booster friend, yes, music is my love language too. Your rocket booster friends are people that you have identified that when your legs of faith are weak, they will allow you to borrow their legs of faith for you. They will also be the ones that will paint a picture of you that you can't see in the moment. And it'll go something like this. Girl, you have come so far. You know how I know? Because I've been watching you. I remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when it comes to life-changing alliances, I have been here almost 6 years. Like, what? When did that time go by? And all of you have seen the journey. So, well, many of you, not the new folks, but many of you have seen it. And you're like, oh my goodness. You saw me living house to house to house to house, from friend to friend to friend to friend. And now you see me with my own beautiful home. And you can easily paint a picture for me when I'm in a space of what's happening. It's not happening fast enough. Like, girl, if you don't be quiet and look at your life, Crystal West told me, she said, you so busy doing, you haven't taken a moment to be. Why don't you try being a human being and not a human doer? And as a human being, maybe you could sit down and take a moment to take in all that you have accomplished. And all of us have accomplished so much. And that rocker booster friend will sit there and run it right on down for you. Where you live? In my house. What house? My house. Whose house? My house. Oh, okay. I was just checking because I remember when you didn't have a house. Whose car do you have? My car. What's the payment on your car? I don't have a payment on my car. Oh, so you bought your car outright, huh? Yeah, I did. But that was so long ago. That was like last year. But it's so important to remember all of the great things that you have already accomplished. And those things are just stair-stepping you to where you're going. And sometimes we get so caught up in what is not right and what is not happening, what hasn't happened. And because it hasn't happened, you think that things aren't working. But if you look at what you've already done, what's already come to fruition, things that you've already asked for, that you already have, then you can find yourself in the right emotional alignment. Because the minute you are out of alignment, you're no longer attracting. That makes sense? If you're sad and angry and hurt, there is no way good stuff can come to you. So you want to pay attention to how you are feeling on a regular basis. Because that is how you know if the law of attraction is working. Because if you're feeling sad, angry, mad, or hurt, ain't nothing working. Nothing's moving. Providence has come to a halt. Absolutely count all your blessings. That's right, Laverne. You have to stay in that space of counting your blessings and knowing, and just knowing. You know, some good books said be still and know. Ain't it a book that say that somewhere? Be still and know. Because when you think about things that have gone wrong, have not been perfect, and you say, this is what my coach said to me, and she watched it on Instagram. She said, tell me about that time when things was really going to the left and you got through it. And I went to go tell her, and she said, no, not that time. And then I started to think of another time, and she said, no. Didn't even let me get the words out. Not that time, another time. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so no, not that time, another time. And then it was like, do you get it? Are you getting it? That you always get through it. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how bad it is, how hurtful it is, how traumatic it is, how devastating it is. You always get through it. And just like whatever is happening right now in this moment, you're going to get through that too. And you know how I know? Because you got through the last thing, and the thing before that, and the thing before that, and the thing before that. And what you now have in your toolbox is evidence that you can get through it. You have a situation, an example of how you got through it before. So guess what? You will get through it again. and again, and again, and again. So you are so fearfully and wonderfully made. We just have to keep counting those blessings and keep being excited about a new day. Because yesterday is yesterday and today is today. Tomorrow is tomorrow. It ain't even here. What they say, the president is a gift, so we need to stay in it. Yesterday already happened. It's over there. It already happened. There's nothing we can do about that. Right now, in this moment, we right here. We here together. Tomorrow, it ain't here. So it doesn't exist. So since tomorrow doesn't exist, all we can do is stay in this present and stay right here in this moment. Because all that other stuff can't change it. Can't do anything about it. So let's be right here in this space where we can figure, not even so much figure out, hey, where we're not trying to figure it out, but just really being in a space where the answers can come to us. And that's how we know. So continuing to stay in a happy space, in a joyful space. And if you find that you're not there, find the thing that shifts you. I like crafting too. I like painting. I like putting blingy things on things. Anybody who's seen my car know that. Whatever it is that you enjoy, you need to identify who your Rocket Booster friends are right now. You need to determine what is the thing that shifts you when things are not going well. If that is pick up the phone and call your coach, call your sister, call your mama, your daddy, write in your journal, whatever it is that shifts you, you need to find out what those things are. And once you know what those things are, then you institute them the moment you feel not happy, out of alignment. Because when you're not happy, you're out of alignment. And so you really want to pay attention to or be aware of the things that you are wanting to attract into your life. So say you want a new car, you want a Mercedes. You know the exact model you want, you know the color you want, and you put your intention out there that you want to get that. And all of a sudden, what happens? You start seeing that car everywhere. You're going from seeing one here and there to seeing them everywhere. Well, that can happen with everything. Whatever you want. And the more we start to see things, I promise you, I wanted a BMW convertible. And I kept saying, I looked at that one and I looked at that one and I looked at that one and I just kept looking and kept looking and kept looking. And just like that, they were everywhere. Because now the brain is saying, okay, how can we make this happen? It's called the reticular activating system. We're going to see them everywhere. You open a magazine, it's going to fall to the BMW page. You open the door and one is riding by, you just start to see them everywhere. And once you buy it, it's definitely everywhere. It's definitely everywhere. But you start to see more and more and hear more and more about the things that you desire. And that means your vibrational frequency is going up. It's going up. And it's being attracted to you. You start overhearing conversations about your desire. You start catching radio hosts talking about what you desire. These are all signs that the law of attraction is working for you. And after seeing the car everywhere and hearing it everywhere, I eventually, guess what? Got the car. It was funny because all of the ones that I kept seeing was all soft tops. And I kept saying, I want a hard top because I always think about crime for some reason. I'm like, I don't want nobody to cut my top. I want a hard top so I don't have that problem. And it took a moment, took a couple of months, but eventually I found the car and I was able to buy the car. The car was in a price range where I was able to pay for it outright. and now that car is parked in my driveway, and all I got to do is pay insurance and some gas, and I can go. That happened to me, and it can happen to anybody on here. And we're not going to talk about how the money showed up. Listen, I haven't worked a full-time job since 2016, but I continue to do the work of my heart. And it's something that happens when you do the work of your heart. This work right here. Money just shows up. It just shows up. You continue to seed in the way that you are supposed to, the way that your gifting shows up for you to do. And I promise you, it changes everything. See, when you work outside of your gift, when you do things that you really don't like, you know what happens? You go to work and you hate it there. And even a lot of people ain't going to work, they working at home. So now you done bought the thing that you hate the most to your house where it's supposed to be your castle. So now you have completely brought all this negative energy to yourself and to now in your home. And what happens when you get in negative spaces? You stop the law of attraction from working. So you can't get what you're trying to get to. So then what do you do to fix that? So what you do to fix that is you just go on and you start to retrain your brain to say, this is the job that is funding my dream. This is the job that's going to help me to get to next level. And change your thought processes around it, around the job. And look at the job as your number one investor. Because of the job, you can now pay a coach, a business coach is going to help you get to the work of your dreams. You can pay for systems that you may need to put in place, like a Zoom platform or Restream or a StreamYard or whatever it is you need to pay for. The job will allow you to do that. So if you start thinking, oh, well, this job has a purpose. Oh, now I'm excited. Now I'm excited because this money is going to help me to pay for this one and that. And oh, yeah, this is good. And guess what? If you are excited, things are going to happen. If you are excited, you can then expect things to happen. Feeling good with the expectation of your desire coming into manifestation is the law of attraction working for you. You wouldn't get excited if you didn't believe you're going to get what you're working on, right? So feeling excited tells God in the universe that you're looking forward to getting what it is that you have asked for. And God in the universe will respond to you by delivering what you want in the way that you expect. Now, I always say, and I can't remember the teacher who taught me this, when I ask for certain things, I ask for this thing or something better. That way I'm not locking you in. I'm not locking you into it got to be this one or that one. It don't have to be that one. It don't have to be that house. It could be that house or something better. So just add this or something better. That way you're not locked in, and if things don't work out with that thing, something better will manifest for you. Because that's what we want, something better, right? And so feeling good and feeling excited is so important, and that starts to tell you that you are definitely in alignment. And sometimes people see numbers. You ever notice people say, I see 1111 all the time. I see 444 all the time. I see 333 all the time. What does that mean? Why do I keep seeing that? It also means that you're aligning nicely. You're aligning just right. And you may notice those numbers on the clock, you may notice them on the grocery bill, on the house number, you notice them all over the place. And those are more reasons to tell you that you are in alignment. And there's a whole bunch of studies around those numbers and what they exactly mean. So you can always take a look at those as well. And so what I want to do in this second half is go back to the Ask and It Shall Be Given You book and really give you some more meaty things that you can use, practical things that you can use to help you to really get the desires of your heart. I was so excited to use some of the because I actually listened to the whole book first, and that's how I determine if I want to buy a book. I listen to it first, and if it's really really good, then I'm like, okay, I need to buy it. So I would say that this is one of those books that you will add to your your Think and Grow Rich, your Rich Dad Poor Dad, your Magic of Thinking Big, your Compound Effect. This is one of those books that you can actually study. And so one of the things that I added, it was something called scripting, right? And in scripting, let me see if I can find which number it is. Scripting was really interesting to do it. So when I read about it on the plane, I said, okay, so I'm on my way to handle some business. So how do I want this business to turn out? And so in the process of scripting, you absolutely scripted. And so I really sat down and I scripted it. Let me show you. This is my law of attraction planner. And so I was on my way to collect up some things. And I'm like, I called it the Philly visit. This is a Philly visit. I wrote it all out. What I wanted to happen, how I wanted things to pan out. And, I still have some things here in Philly. And so I'm, packing them all up. And so the last time, I was here, I said, do I want to spend $3,000 on a truck or do I want to put $3,000 in my house? So I decided to put the 3,000 in my truck. In 3,000 in my house, and I shipped most of my stuff to myself. So this time I said, wouldn't it be nice if I could get a truck and just drive my stuff home? Ain't got no money for that. I'm telling you, I don't. And so what happened was my son pulls up and guess what he got? A brand new truck. Did y'all hear that? Awesome. My son has a brand new truck. He's like, oh, Mom, I'll drive you. Can y'all marinate on that a minute? I didn't know he had a new truck. He pulls up with a brand new black 4-door pickup truck. And he was like, we could just put your stuff in the back and we can get on the road. And he was like, if we need to, you can get a little trailer to go in the back or whatever. I scripted that. I wrote that out. I wrote it out how I wanted it to happen. Is it a coincidence? Or did we call it? Some of us don't have what we want because we're not calling it. Script it out. You about to go someplace that you may not really want to go to, even if it's work the next day. Listen, I'm gonna get up at 8:00. I'm going to eat my avocado toast. I'm going to make me some tea. I'm going to read 15 minutes of something. positive. I'm going to write down the things that I'm grateful for, and then I'm going to go to work and I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to smile at such and such, even though in your mind you might be thinking that person is mean. I'm going to smile at her and I'm going to have a great day. And the day is going to go wonderful. I'm going to get this amount of work done. And when I'm done, I will feel very excited about this day as I get to go back home to my home, make myself amazing dinner, speak to a couple of my great friends, do some work for my business, and go to sleep and wake up and start all over again tomorrow. It's scripted. It's scripted. There's another thing called segmenting. So if you didn't write it out, segmenting you can do in your mind. Segmenting is just like a TV show. TV shows come on in segments. The Today Show, they got this segment and that segment and that segment. So each part of your life is a segment, right? So you take this, something is coming up, you about to leave out to go somewhere, you didn't write it down. You just start thinking about how you want it to be before you get there. Some people, what they will do is they'll wait till they get to the room and then they'll start to try to think about how they want things to happen now that they're in the room. No, we're going to think about the room before we get to the room. And we're going to plan out how this is going to go before we get there. Try it and just see. I promise you, my life is magical. It is miracles. And I am in expectation every single day of an amazing day, of amazing things happening. And I promise you, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, every day is exciting because I don't know which of the things that I asked for is going to show up. And so when people ask me how I'm doing amazing. I'm always doing amazing, even if I'm not, even if there's a little inkling of a concern. And even if stuff comes up and you don't feel 100% your way and you've used your lifelines and things are not coming together, then we kind of fall back on your faith a little bit, because what God said is that you just need faith the size of a mustard seed. Have you seen a mustard seed? It's small. It's teeny tiny. Hey, son, my son just popped on. Listen, I cannot make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. I just got finished telling the folks how you about to drive me home in your new car. This mustard seed faith is so small. It's all we gotta have is just that little bit of faith to know that it's gonna work out. And again, every time something bad happens, what happens? We work it through. So in your toolbox, you already have the evidence that you're going to be fine, that things are going to be fine. Even in tragedy, we can still find something to be grateful about. So let me see. Okay, so you have scripting. Scripting is when you absolutely write it out, right? Yes. Hey, Murph. Where you write out the script that you want to see before it even happens, you write it out yourself. I wrote out that I was going to come here, that I was going to pack up all my things, right? Congrats on the new truck. Yes, sir. Congrats on the new truck. So wrote out how I want this visit to go, and it's going exactly as planned. I will be on the road this weekend, driving my things back down with my son to Atlanta. Very, very excited about that. The second thing was segmenting. If you didn't get a chance to write it out, then you want to think about it before you get there. You're going to the doctors and you're concerned. This doctor's visit is going to be great. I'm going to go in. They're going to give me my labs or whatever it is, and everything will be fine. You just write it out the way that you want to see it happen. And 9 times out of 10, it will absolutely fall that way. We talked about meditation before, but meditation is absolutely a way to quiet the mind and really get you out of resistance. We get such in resistance sometimes. And so when you really need relief from the resistance, Brenda will tell you, all you got to do is sit, not even for a long time. You could sit for a minute, 5 minutes, because it's a way to immediately raise your vibration by just being still, and quieting your mind. And there's ways to do that. We've talked about using YouTube videos with meditation music, just listening to your own voice, gently speaking to yourself, telling you to calm down, or to know that you are in God's hands and God has the situation. Just really doing that, because sometimes we will set ourselves on fire, worrying about something that 9 times out of 10, right? You ever just cry your eyes out about something, or worry so bad about something, and eventually when you get to it, it didn't even turn out the way that you thought, and you wasted all those tears and all that worry all night long, crying and worried about something that it ain't even turn out like that. We beat ourselves up so bad for no reason. Be still and know. Be still and know. And guess what? If you took the time out to meditate 5 to 15 minutes every single day, give yourself the gift of sitting still. Meditation, prayer, either one, whichever one you choose, just be in it on whatever circumstance or whatever situation that you're in. Within 30 days time of doing this every single day, you can go from being one of the most resistant people in the world to somebody who is the least resistant, and all of a sudden is manifesting everything that you've asked for. Everything I asked for. And there was times when I really couldn't see what direction my life was going in. I couldn't see how things were going to get paid for, how I was going to get from one location to the next. And I can't sing that song no more. I am Darlaina Rose, best-selling author, editor-in-chief of the Darlaina Rose magazine, the CEO and proprietor of the Healing House of Roses in Atlanta, Georgia, where people come for emotional healing, physical healing, mental healing, where people come just to be. I had a client come, and for the first 2 days, she slept. And she said, "Oh my God, you let me sleep. I thought we were going to start working on, my problems." I said, "We started 2 days ago when you went to sleep. Some of y'all just need to sleep." That begins the healing. Sleeping, resting, really resting. I had another friend come by, and she was so, I don't know, just so many things was going on in her life. And she said, "You know what?" She said, "You think I could take a shower and take a nap?" Absolutely. House was quiet, no TVs in there. So guess what she did? Took a shower and went to sleep for 2 hours, and woke up refreshed enough to leave, to go back home to her life. And if that is all I get to do for the rest of my life, to give people a place where they can come to rest, to give people a place where they can come to be, to give people a place where they can come and hash out things that they've been carrying for a long time, then that's all right with me. That's absolutely all right with me. So you got the scripting, you got that. Scripting is so good. I couldn't believe it. I had never done it before, but it definitely is a thing. So you got the scripting, the segmenting. You know, it really is a way to really put, you know, your life in your control. And so what's the word here? If we what's the saying? What Kemp say?
If you could change you could change your world.
Mm-hmm. It's all about control, right? We don't want anybody else controlling our life. You control. You get to decide. You decide your work. You decide where you live. You decide whether you get married, whether you have kids. You decide all of that. It is in your control. Don't ever let yourself even believe that someone else is in control. You are in control. And so here's another process. It's called Wouldn't It Be Nice If? So when you find yourself leading towards negative and therefore having this resistance, you want to turn it around to something positive. And so when you're already feeling good and you want to focus more specifically on certain areas of your life and make them even better, this is when you use this process. Or when you want to gently guide a negative or potentially negative conversation to a more positive place to benefit you, then this is a process that you use. And so the process is we naturally are going to ask certain questions of ourselves. And when you say, I really want this thing to happen that hasn't happened. And so when you are doing that, sometimes the absence of the desire of your heart, whatever it is, you're if you are constantly feeling the negative offense emotion of not having it, you kind of block it. And so we want to not feel that way. We want to try to think of it, wouldn't it be nice if this desire would come to me? And that is a different expectation and much less resistant. So your question to yourself naturally will elicit from you a more positive, expectant response, right? And so it will raise your vibration and improve the attraction of it. And so you can say things like, wouldn't it be nice if we had the best time we ever had with these friends? Wouldn't it be nice if this traffic light, if the traffic light turned green when I got to it? Wouldn't it be nice if I had a really productive day at work? Or any subject of maybe a relationship. Wouldn't it be nice if I found the most spectacular partner who adores me in the same way that I adore him or her? Wouldn't it be nice if I find someone and we waltz off into the sunset together? The reason that wouldn't be nice if game is so important and so powerful because when you say, wouldn't it be nice if, you are choosing something that you want and you're being soft and easy about it. In other words, it's not the end of the world. It's not, it's a softer vibration. So let's say you wanted to reduce your body weight. And here's the example. Wouldn't it be nice if I stumbled onto something that really worked for me? Wouldn't it be nice if my metabolism began to cooperate with me a little more? Wouldn't it be nice if the desires that I've been holding for a long time sort of came to a peak like a guiding light? Just change the way you're thinking about the things that you're wanting and the things that you're asking for. Wouldn't it be nice if I could meet someone who just run across something that really worked for them, which would light a fire in me? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I could reclaim the body weight I had when I was such and such an age? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I looked the way I looked in this old picture? Your logic would tell you, hey, I've been at this for a long time, and if I knew how to do it, or if I was good at it, I would have already gotten to it. And so that contradicts your desire. And so when you hold yourself in that vibration, it doesn't work. However, when you play the wouldn't it be nice game, much of that negative vibration is diffused. So wouldn't it be nice if my physical body came into alignment with my dream? Wouldn't it be nice if I discovered this to be much easier than it's ever been before? Wouldn't it be nice if I came into energy alignment and everything around me came into vibrational harmony with that? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I could feel at ease about my body? Wouldn't it be nice if my physical body began responding differently to food? Wouldn't it be nice if I began to feel a greater inspiration to exercise? Wouldn't it be nice if the food burning characteristics of my body kicked into high gear and this process turned into an easy, almost effortless scenario? That would be nice. So whenever you have these thoughts, instead of thinking of it in a negative way, play the wouldn't it be nice game. Wouldn't it be nice if this? Wouldn't it be nice if my ideas and food came into alignment so I find myself taking such pleasure from food that are really in vibrational harmony with what my body wants and needs? And maybe, wouldn't it be nice if I love avocados a little more? Or tomatoes? Wouldn't it be nice if I just can put the cheesesteak down? And kind of just change the way that you think about it and the way that you say it. So the wouldn't it be nice game. So now you have segmenting, you have scripting, and wouldn't it be nice if? And so you can apply that to anything that you're doing. You know, it is so important to know that we are in more control than what we actually believe. So take these things, apply them, let me know how they work out for you, start using them, post it when you use it so that other people know that it's absolutely working for you, and tag me so I know that something that I shared is working. So I don't have anywhere to go at 10 o'clock, but I'm going to let you go on time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your attentiveness. If there's anything that you'd like me to share even more or go delve into deeper, absolutely send me a message, DM me, and let me know. But this is your girl, Darlaina Rose, best-selling Amazon author. Editor-in-chief of the Darlaina Rose magazine. And if you are not subscribing, you need to be, because your subscription supports the work. I'm definitely looking for contributing writers. I need people to help this magazine to stay full. It is doing well. And if you are already a contributing writer, I need your article. And you know who you are. And absolutely, the covers are available for 2022. So definitely reach out for that. You know, I am looking forward to each and every one of you visiting me in the Atlanta market, coming down so you can just be. Please come and be. I would love to have you there. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Remember, take control of your own life, because if you don't, somebody else will. and we don't want that to happen.
What was that book you was reading from?
Oh, this is called Ask and It Shall Be Given You by Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a thick one, but it's good. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Oh, thanks, Darlaina.
Welcome. All right. Thank you to my social media family. Thank you, Coach. I love all of your inspirational things that you were saying.